My wife and her families took a trip to Utah to view the annular solar eclipse. I found a good place on the Kalab Terrace, pictured here, from which to stand in the moon's shadow. Here are my wife and I, my parents, and her family next to my scope after the eclipse. I learned a few things that will be important to remember for the transit of Venus this week, and for viewing eclipses in general. One of these is, don't set up the rig for a total eclipse. It's too much of a distraction. For a partial eclipse, it's fine, but annularity was over so fast it would be better to focus on the event itself. Of course, I did get a nice shot of this airplane flying across the eclipsed sun. The other thing, keep all optical elements clean. This is normally not an issue, but I put a pair of cross polarizers that I rarely use in as an extra filter for the eclipse. And I forgot to clean those ahead of time. I couldn't get the smudge out with the flat frames, and there are too many photos to remove it by hand. I did step away long enough to get a shot of the ring of fire. Here's a third contact. I kept shooting as the moon slid away from the sun, revealing sunspot groups that it had covered minutes ago as it went. I also somehow managed to reduce the resolution of the camera through the software, another thing I need to make sure I avoid during the Venus transit this week. You can see the disk of the moon slowly moving off from the disk of the sun. It takes about an hour to cover it to begin with, and then an hour to move out. And here are some of the active regions reappearing. I was still able to process some of these frames to get more detail, but I'm glad these goof-ups occurred during the annular eclipse and not during the transit, and especially not during the total eclipse that will occur in 2017. So here's some of those process frames to get a look at the edge of the moon and some of the sunspot groups.